This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 62 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's topic is sponsored by Equestrian Collections. For the whole universe of equestrian shopping at your fingertips at a price you can afford, visit equestriancollections.com. Enjoy today's tip. I'm Glenn the Geek, back with you from Lexington, Kentucky, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. Today we have back with us Jessica Phoenix. Jessica is a Canadian eventer, and she qualified for the Canadian eventing team in 2008 as part of the Olympic program there, and is one of the upcoming stars in Canadian eventing. She also has a large lesson program in Canada and is one of the most delightful people that I've ever had the opportunity to work with on the radio. We enjoy having her on, and actually she's also our Spotlight Rider eventer for the 2010 radio show. So you can see more about Jessica over at 2010radio.com. Well, we will get to Jessica right after these few short words about Equestrian Collections. I wanted to mention that Equestrian Collections actually came on the show with us. Chris and one of her people from over there came on the show, the Stable Scoop show with us this week. It'll be out on Friday. You'll want to check it out. We did an entire show about fall and winter merchandise for 2009. So check out all the cool buys that you can find for yourself and your horse. Talked about jackets and boots and gloves and all kinds of things for yourself, and then blankets for your horse and a new line of blankets that has come out. And, you know, what's going on over there at Equestrian Collections as well, especially on their Facebook fan page and how that all came about and why they're doing so well on it. So you can find all of that at stablescoop.com. And, you know, for all your fall and winter merchandise, I just encourage you to stop over to equestriancollections.com first before you go anywhere else. Look at all the selections. They have tons of different coats and jackets and blankets and sheets for you and for your horse at the fantastic prices, and you can find that all at equestriancollections.com. Well, let's welcome eventer Jessica Phoenix on the phone with us.
Yeah.
Well, hi, Jessica. Welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Did you get to ride it all today?
I sure did.
Yeah. How many horses do you ride a day?
We usually do about 13 horses a day here.
What?
Yeah, so whether that's riding or teaching, I usually do about 13 horses a day.
How many on the farm do you have?
We have 8 on the farm.
In addition to the cows. Now, how many cows do you have there?
Oh, that is a variable number.
Oh, really?
Changing daily. We usually have about 20 here.
Okay, so it's not hundreds. Yeah. I was fearing that there were hundreds, and we used to have cows too on the farm, and I'll tell you what, they got out all the time.
They really do. Oh, they're tricky little animals. Huh?
They're worse than horses, for sure. And then, you know, we usually ended up getting on the horses to go chase them down because that was the fastest way.
Yeah, for sure.
And they never listen anyway, so you can see I really loved having cows. Everybody always said to us, how can you butcher those cows? They're so sweet and everything. I said, you go chase them for 6 hours one day.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you'll be shooting them out in the field. So, anyway, I'm going to get hate mail and PETA letters for that and everything. We better get to our tip, Jessica, or I'm going to get in trouble.
All right, let's do it. What I want to talk about today is gymnastic exercises on a circle. A lot of times when we're doing grid work or gymnastics, it's in a straight line. And I found a really excellent exercise is when you take that and you put it on a circle and just work like on a 20-meter circle over gymnastics. So one of the most useful exercises that I found is having one pole and then 9 feet and then a jump, 9 feet and a pole, 9 feet and a jump, and then 9 feet and a pole again. So basically just a one stride with placing poles throughout. And by placing it on the circle, you're actually teaching the horse better communication than just going on your straight line. You can keep a little bit better rhythm, and it really teaches them how to sit on their hind end and stay on their hind legs throughout the whole exercise.
And you could probably do that lunging as well, can't you?
Yeah, it's a great lunging tool as well.
So you do that riding, and is that something? At what point do you do that?
You know what? I like to have that exercise set up all the time at my place.
Okay.
And just use it for all of the horses, like horses that are just learning. We would use that exercise just with the poles on the ground and start at the walk and then progress to the trot and the canter. And then I do it right up to my advanced level horses, and we'll go through with like 4-foot verticals going through the exercise. And it's so helpful for all different styles and types of horses, because it really teaches them how to sit on their hind end, and you don't have to fight with them going through the grid. So you just stay on your circle, and they understand that, and you can really stay out of their way and let the poles train the horse.
And that was a 20-meter circle, Jessica?
Yeah.
So in a 20-meter circle, and then review for everybody real quick who might have missed that. How do you have the poles laid out again?
Okay, so we'll have one pole, and then 9 feet from center to center, and then we'll have a jump, and then 9 feet from center to center, another pole.
Okay, so you're going pole, jump, and the jump can be any height that your horse is comfortable with at that point.
Correct.
So it'll look like a clock when you're done, pretty much.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And usually on the inside, like the tightest point of the poles will be about 6 feet wide.
So in a 20-meter circle, you could probably fit, what, total of 3 or 4 poles and 3 or 4 jumps, or am I right there?
Yeah, what I do is I keep it down to just 2 fences.
2 fences, okay.
And then you would have 3 poles.
Okay, gotcha. So 2 fences, 3 poles. Well, that's great. Yep. And, again, we try, this show goes out to everybody, not just eventers, but trail riders and all of that. That's a good exercise to do for anybody, actually.
It's a great exercise because as the horses come through, they actually have to sit down and step across the poles well on the circle. So it's a really great exercise for suppling them laterally and just teaching them how to give within the bend. Whereas sometimes when you just have the poles set up on a straight line, they learn how to walk over them, but they don't actually have to sit down and bend going over them.
Right.
So it's a great strengthening exercise, and it also is a great suppling exercise because all horses have to learn how to sit and then push over the poles while turning.
Well, it also would be great if you're a trail rider that likes to jump, or you're a fox hunter. Not all of the jumps are straight on.
Exactly.
So you're also learning to, as you said, you're also learning to jump while turning at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's something that gets overlooked. I mean, as simple as that is, it's something that a lot of people don't train, and it just has to do with communication with the horse and having them understand that in a controlled environment, so that you're not fighting with them to keep turning.
You see them trained in a smaller circle while lunging. You see them putting poles and maybe an occasional jump, but then you're right. I don't see people following through riding that way then.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's a great tip. Super.
Yeah.
All right, Jessica, where can people find out more about you?
They can go to jessicaphoenix.ca.
jessicaphoenix.ca, and you live in Canada, which, yes. By the way, for those of us in America, we think all of Canada is just Canada. So where exactly do you live in Canada?
Most people are familiar with Toronto, so that's usually the point that I use. We're pretty much directly north of Toronto, about an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. That's great. And what kind of country? What's it like where you live? Is it hilly or flat or?
Our farm is in a hilly area, so there's lots of terrain going up and down, and we have a little river that goes through our farm.
Oh, wow.
Sort of in the valley, so we have a little bit of everything.
And that hilly terrain probably helps you when you're out training for your cross country with your eventers too. It's
amazing. It's so great.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't get in Florida. You have to train your hills while you're in Canada because in the winter you're not going to be training them in Florida. No hills in Ocala. All right, thanks, yes, Jessica.
We need to do our homework before we get down there.
Yeah, definitely. You can practice dressage, but that's about it.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Jessica.
No problem.
It's always great to have Jessica with us. She'll be back periodically with more training tips. If you like Jessica and want to learn more about her, visit jessicaphoenix.ca. Jessica, as I mentioned, is also our spotlight eventer for the World Equestrian Games on the 2010 radio show, and you can hear her initial interview and more about her. We do updates often at 2010radioshow.com. She was on episode number 42. Well, today I also wanted to mention to you that if you're a fan of Templeton Thompson, she just let me know that her new CD is about to come out. And everybody that, if you don't know her, she is one of the most popular, I would say, equestrian singers out there. She has a wonderful voice. She's set up right down below us in Nashville, Tennessee. And she's just a wonderful person. I would highly encourage you to stop over to TempletonThompson.com. Check out her music. See if you like it. If you like country music at all, if you like music about horses, then Templeton Thompson is the one to take a look at and take a listen to. And I just wanted to play a little bit of one of her songs. She's well known. She actually did a song that a lot of people know because it's the theme song for Julie Goodnight and her show on RFD TV called Cowgirl Creed. She also did the very popular song Girls and Horses, but she has a bunch of others also. So here's just a little bit of Wake Up Grateful.
I count my blessings. I'm just so glad to be alive. I do my best to learn my lessons, 'cause I don't think we get to do this twice. This thing called life. This thing called life. Cup of coffee on my back porch. I sit and watch a new day dawn.
Well, that's Templeton's song Wake Up Grateful. You can hear the whole thing over at TempletonThompson.com, and I encourage you to stop over and buy her CD as well. She has a bunch of fantastic songs, most of them about horses. Well, you can drop me an email at Glenn at horseradionetwork.com. And, don't forget to check out all the other shows on the network at horseradionetwork.com. Well, I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.